the Model Car Show Singapore 2025. So in the last video, I talked about the Auto Diecast Expo, and obviously this is the one that we talk about next, way before we start talking about Singapore Diecast Expo and whatever area has to offer. And as it turns out, as I'm filming, there's so much more interesting stuff. Man, I see the B9L, I see the B9TL, and then I see the B5H. Oh my god, 110 B5H. I'm steaming. Call me right the up right now. But before we talk about all of those, we have to talk about this on the table. To summarize how TMCS is the management is way better than Auto Expo. I mean, you can even see by yourself lah. The TMCS execution is crazy. One half is also, I think, because it's managed by Toy Space or Tap Space. So much so that I got jealous. I'm very sorry, Tap Space. I'm sorry to paitao you. I applied for the media pass and I freaking ghosted on you. I'm very sorry because I'm very busy with obviously whatever stuff that I had ahead of the Auto Diecast Expo. For the past few weeks, I've been studying, so I had no time. I'm very sorry to respond back and wasn't able to do whatever stuff. So just to make it up for it, here's a bunch of promotional clips for you, the organizers, and for you, my viewers, to enjoy. I'm very sorry, very paise. Here's the video. Obviously, it's not for the bus people in mind. What you only get for buses up front is only this from Tiny and a SGBC B10M blind box. Another blind box. And while we're at it, don't wash your damn stinky ass, dirty ass B10M. It's a feature. But more importantly, because this is a Tap Space event. And by the way, Tap Space is also the distributor for Tiny items now in Singapore. They also had their own items there. They have their whole keychains. Opposite Tap Space, more importantly, is where our center of focus is for today's video. Tiny. Tiny showed up at this event quite well. They had this, obviously, and also a Mini Cooper with the COE expiring design, whatever. They have done a ton of this already. Even they had one for Let's Play already. So nothing really much special to really celebrate about. They also had some other releases, but those sold out very quickly. And that's about it. That's what Tiny brought to this event. I expected them to bring more. Sure, they got bring their Singa machines, but it's not enough. We have seen what they can bring in the past few years. We've seen Comic Con 2023 already. We have seen Singapore Diecast Expo even that year. They brought in like some stuff from Hong Kong that is really them sought after. The 90th anniversary back then was so goated that we tried very hard to get it at that time. And they brought it in. So why is it so difficult not to bring in like some brand new releases? Like, I don't know, bring in 1-2 quantities of a A6X to come and just make a hardcore Singapore bus fans to also buy your items during the expo. Is that really that difficult to ask? You can do more. It's so sad. Imagine walking into the expo, you POV, you're like me, you bought your tickets off Eventbrite. I don't know why they even do that for. And then you queue outside for like the very long queue. Just come on, just let me walk in. Why do you have to tag me like that? Never mind, we walk in, then you see Tiny. Really tiny. Ayya. What a shame. But yeah, so I don't want to talk more about it. Whatever, let's move all this aside. Let's show off this brand new number 28 under the SG series 1-110 Singapore Men 895 green. You know what's the funny thing? When Tap Space first announced this bus, right, you know someone isn't really hardcore inside the community when they somehow managed to fuck up their advertising for even this bus model. When they announced this, they thought it was a Euro 5 facelift. They thought that this bus is this bus. Bro, it's not him. These are two different buses. This is facelift front. Look at this. Facelift, facelift, facelift. It's a different front. They teased this and said it's going to be a 172 based on this. It's not. It was actually just a Euro 5 non-facelift old head front. How can you F that up when you are the distributor and you're selling this? Oh my god. And one more thing I also want to bring up since I'm on this topic. You know, a few months before TMCS, they said there's a contest. I don't know what's the outcome. I've never heard anything about it. Anyways, let's actually check out this bus now. I've went in circles too many times already. And we're back to our basics again. You can customize your model car, but I don't know how you're gonna get it in Singapore. You probably have to go to Hong Kong and play with their printing machine instead there. But yeah, 172 Euro 5 A95 all head, age 14 plus, blah blah blah. Let's check it out. So if I open everything up, here we have, as always, this tiny packaging. We have seen this so many times already. And here we have the A95. Oh my goodness. Oh damn. So here's the A95 that we have right here. It looks I don't know, seeing the green like that in such a form factor really kind of throws me back to 2020 when I first unboxed the mustache. Oh my goodness, the first mustache one. And I think there's some difference. I don't know why I can't find my mustache one with me. Something must have happened to it, but it sure is tiny. Okay, so here's an update. I have looked through most of my collection. It's not with me, okay, but I found back the newer A95 that I've shown in last year's tiny catalog video, so we can have a point of comparison. Actually, I'll just put whatever A95 on facelift that I have. You can see the difference as right over here. Yeah, obviously, comparing more importantly between these two one, you can see they only repainted the rim cap area, so we can have this black dot compared to nothing here. This is more because, yeah, Singapore and Hong Kong lah. Behind also, if we compare behind here, it's also pretty much the same exact mold lah. I presume what happened was that this is a new mold that Tiny made, I think initially for Singapore, then they also decided to sell it for Hong Kong like this one time lah. Yeah, they want to save money for the mold lah. SG5796S, the color and everything looks correct lah. It's your standard Tiny stuff lah. But I wish that they properly do like a proper solid facelift front for the Euro 6. But sometimes wishes don't come true, I guess. And since I'm here, I'll just show you the undercarriage. You can see standard stuff, Toys Limited, the Tiny logo here, the A95 bus made in China. So very standard spiel lah. Other than that, the detail is very pristine lah. Obviously here there is also water slide decals applied. Even your SG Love bus, your SMRT logo from the various era, they provide it right here, right now, just for you to paste and play around. One thing that I thought they didn't have was the small little dots at the bottom. They had it here, so that's cool. But yeah, there's not really much else I can talk about for this one. See, it like that. I don't know, I rather this one more than this. The pixel livery looks dope compared to the lush green one. So yeah, that's about it. Next week or a few weeks after I'm done with this video, you can check out the one that I'm gonna be doing on Ariels on the SG Diecast Expo 2025. A lot of interesting stuff is on the way, obviously. And like what I say, as always, do remember to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Are you serious?